Welcome once again, this is Salamancer and you are watching Sal TV. We're going to be watching Infused against Team Dignitas. Two of these both very, very good teams in the highest divisions of European play, and they're playing, oddly enough, on CTF Turbine Pro. I did not think this was a game that's very often seen in 6v6. At least in North America, you don't see CTF happening very much. Looks like Infused has won that mid fight. If it could be called a mid fight, really, because it was that's kind of weird. But yeah, Dignitas having to drop back here, and looks like they want to hold on to their intel as best as possible. Now, CTF Turbine Pro does let you walk in and just hang around that upper lip there, up the upper ledge. Good attempt at knocking out that scout there, but it looks like an early win for the scout here. He's going to be able to grab that intel and bring it all the way back home, no problem. We do have a scout here trying to deal some damage here out for Team Dignitas, but he goes down. That was going to be Himsy. I'm not even sure if there's going to be a single moment where I really have time to just go over there's just not going to be lulling action. We do have an Uber popped right now for Team Infuse, countered finally by Dignitas, managing to keep most of their team alive, and TNM goes down, or TMN. So I will let you guys check out these rosters yourself, but very, very awesome names on both teams. We've got, like, on Dignitas, for instance, like some of the most popular names in TF2 right now, such as Rebely, Mafu, Darn, Jackal. I mean, these guys are all insanely good players. Looks like Jackal's actually getting pressured quite a bit here, so we are seeing him take a lot of damage. Kun goes down, though. Dignitas looks like, even though they are down to an early deficit in points, it is 1-0 for Infuse. Dignitas has the strength right now, and they are pushing towards that intel with both scouts. Himsy actually deciding he wants to drop back and maybe use a little bit of spawn pressure just to keep Infused away from their intel. The Jackal here walking around, he doesn't have anybody to heal though, and that's he's got to get out of there real fast. Infused almost has the Uber ready to go. Jackal actually 20% down below them right now, so that's not going to be good. Now, this is the losers bracket, so Infused lost that last game, and sorry for the spoiler if you've been watching this one before the last one, but Infused actually lost that last game in a very, very close game against Team Epsilon, and so Epsilon went on to the winners bracket. Infused now, if either team really loses this game, then they are eliminated, and they do not get a chance to win the grand prize of £2,500. This is, however, the losers final, so the winner of this goes on to face the final of the winners. Oh my god, look at that air pipe from Mafu! But the winner of this goes on to face the winner of the winners final in the final, and that is to see who gets the final £2,500 prize. So everybody is playing with everything on the line right now, and oh my god, the Jackal going here for a little too many Ubersaw hits there, so he ended up going down. But then so did the medic for blue. That's going to be, what is it? Who is their medic? I can't even tell right now. The medic's name is Flushy. Oh my gosh. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but yeah, we haven't even gone down the rosters yet because there's just no time. There's action all over. Whoever holds the middle area here is, of course, more likely to be able to cap. But right now, Infused holds the mid, and they are so hurt right now that it's, yep, there you go. It's such a tenuous position to hold with like 20 health. Only 2 health kits, and they are not in a very easy position to get to. If you try to go to those health kits, you can get spammed to death. Look at what happened there to Mafu. So, Infused here, having to fall back a little bit, but yeah, once again, they are doing a decisively good job of holding on to middle area for the most part. And that just means that Dignitas, I mean, you have to walk out through the middle point somewhere if you want to get to that intel. So, I mean, no matter where they walk out, they're going to get spotted, and they are going to be at a disadvantage. Darn has gone down, but managed to take down Greg as well. Sadly, we missed both of them killing each other. Apparently, TMN cheats, so that's bad, TMN. Don't cheat. Don't do that, man. This is a league game. Cheaters will never prosper. But yeah, we have, looks like, 1 man down for each team so far, and we're kind of waiting for the Uber to come in from Infused, because I think Dignitas kind of wants them to Uber in. They can back off towards their intel and then counter pop the Uber of their own. So finally seeing just a little bit of a front line established here, but of course it's not the front line that Dignitas wants to be established. Now I think Dignitas is playing with some of their new roster. I think some of their old roster actually before this LAN event, I think some of their old roster left. But yeah, here comes that counter push we were talking about. They are invincible. They are able to deal a lot of damage here. Not getting any kills so far, though, and they are backing out. Probably a wise decision. They finally knock out Greg. Rebely managed to take him out here over on the flanks of the action. Now, Rebely pushing just a little bit farther forward, waiting for that buff so he can go peek out here, and if he takes a hit, he will be perfectly okay. Look at that. Does take the hits, but he is just fine. Now it's looking like Dignitas has the has the momentum just a little bit here. They are pushing out and they are maintaining a good core, but Dignitas standing out here, look at how hurt both their scouts are, and they are just going to stand around that medic and get healed up as fast as they can. And once again, of course, we do see the pocket demo man, medic staying on that demo as long as possible. It's just kind of how this works. Darn actually living up to his namesake there. The door closed right in front of him as he fired that rocket, so, you know, darn, oh, I want to deal damage to them, and instead I hit myself. That kind of sucks. Both scouts, Himsy and Rebel, were down just for a little bit there for Dignitas, and so looks like Infused once again kind of pokes in there with the Uber. The counter Uber was popped. They couldn't deal a lot of damage, so they just had to back out. And they are still holding on to the middle area. There was some brutal, intense fighting going on for this middle area for quite a while, but Dignitas has finally just given it up, and they're basically playing this like a 5 CP right now, where they're defending their last, they're defending their intel, and then when the enemy pushes in, if they finally make a mistake, that will give them the opportunity that they need to push out to mid, but so far not happening. Now Turbine Pro, you do see this extra little area off to the side here. That is the main difference. Of course, the exit from the vents is the other difference. You can actually walk around on that ledge above the intel, and so it makes it a little bit easier to get to the intel. You don't have to walk by the enemy spawn as much, and you can get the, oh gosh, sorry guys, you can get through the side routes. Just the more routes there are to the intel, the more you actually get the intel capped, and the less it can, the less useful it is to have an engineer with a level 3 sentry trying to cover it. So everything on Turbine Pro pretty much revolves around the middle area. Infused doing a very good job so far of holding on to this middle area, and so since everything revolves around it, they know what they want to do. They really want to hold this as much as they can. Looks like they may be expecting a spy here. I'm not sure what they were shooting at there, but there was no spy, so no harm, no foul anyway. They just wasted a little bit of ammo, and they're going to get it right back up. So Infused here is just kind of poking as much as they can. Sounds like there's a little bit of damage going down. Not a lot, though. Both the soldiers here pushing out, though. It looks like this is Dignitas' big chance here. They're trying to push out and capture mid, but they've lost both those soldiers as well. Only got one kill so far. Medic trying to keep his team alive here. Not taking any damage from that pill for some reason. It kind of was just a little bit too far away, so very, very good dodging there by the medic. But yeah, once again, we're getting this brutal situation where the middle fight, finally the Uber is popped for Infused. They've lost 3 players, and they know they have to hold this mid if they really want to hold their intel. So there they go, the Scout Uber against the non-Uber Scout. Who do you think is going to win that one? Usually it's going to be the Uber Scout, so that's exactly what happened, and Dignitas is right back to the same position they were in here on Turbine Pro. They are sitting back, and kind of a forward defense here. They're sitting up there and defending pretty far away from their intel. That could give them a little bit of trouble if somebody were to get up into the vents. They do have their demo man though. No, I'm sorry, that's not demo man. That's a soldier kind of pushing out here, and they have a soldier up here as well. So they are watching all sides, and now they're pushing out. Finally, 2 players went down for Infused. So Infused dropping back, maintaining the Uber advantage that they have now. But they had to drop back to their own intel, and this is where it gets risky for Infused. They have to watch way too many entrances at once. Good sticky traps up there by the demo man though, so if anything tries to push in through that vent, we will see it. The demo man will see it too. Does actually pop those stickies there though, so he's going to have to relay all of his traps there because he was trying to kill that scout and keep him off of the medic. One of the disadvantages, of course, of having to defend the medic as a demo man is that all of your sticky traps kind of go to waste if somebody comes into pressure. There goes the pressure. The Uber is popped. Darn is the first man down, and looks like this Uber, even though it was popped early, has done a lot of work so far. Good jump there by Numlocked, the demo man for Infused, jumping all the way over to the side to try and pressure as much as he could. There wasn't a lot there, but he wanted to make sure Dignitas fell back as much as possible. And yeah, this has just been an intense game. Both teams here just kind of eyeing each other, staring each other down, waiting for the other team to make that first mistake. And of course, Infused managed to get a very early cap during all that chaotic fighting over the middle point that happened early on. But now we're seeing the teams kind of settle into a rhythm here where one team's going to cap the mid and the other team's going to capture the mid, and nothing's really going to change except that as you hold that middle point, you get more opportunities to score on goal, basically. This is almost played like soccer, now that I think about it. Actually, I'm not sure what that timer is up there. Apparently, this is almost over already, and that's crazy because it shouldn't be. Anyway, maybe this round was just played very, very slowly. Maybe this is the second round. I don't know. Nonetheless, it looks like they are. The Uber did come in here for Team Dignitas, but they just couldn't get enough damage down. Counter Uber now popped for Infused, so they're going to hold on to that a little bit longer. And I wanted to explain the soccer metaphor, but there's so much action going on right now. Infused managed to kill Himsy as well. There's only about 30 seconds left in the match, and so these two teams trying as hard as they can. Looks like the Jackal here wants to get his people in there really aggressively, doing a good job of dodging that spam. Infused, so hurt right now. Both soldiers only had 3 health. One of them has gone down. That was Mike, I do believe, on the soldier. The other soldier, TMN, just remaining up. Now he's got his 200 health again. Probably hit that cabinet. But it looks like only 10 seconds left, and so that's going to mean that Dignitas, if that clock is correct, Dignitas loses this round. I was going to say this is being played a lot like soccer, though. Oh, there we go. There's some overtime going on. That makes more sense. Because, of course, the blue intel is sitting on the floor right now, so Dignitas gets a chance to come in here and try to cap it again. Yeah, this is played like soccer, where these teams are basically trying to push to the enemy team's goal, but once they lose sort of possession of the middle point, that's kind of like losing possession of the ball. They have to come back and defend their own goal as hard as they can. So that's kind of how we're seeing it played right now. A very low-scoring game, but these teams are playing, I think, pretty much the optimal way to play in 6v6 on Turbine. So once again, Dignitas pushing in here. They don't want that overtime to expire, and look at how short that is. It's about a 60-second timer there on overtime until that thing comes back. They pick it up, though, and so they keep the game going. Greg goes down. Uber has to pop here for Infused, but only person left alive is the Jackal right now, and he tries to take on the entire enemy team by himself. I would have loved to see if he could actually do that. That would have been like the world's greatest moment of glory, a medic taking on like an Ubered enemy team. But it was not meant to be, and now Infused is going to walk in and try to capture the enemy intel once again. Don't even have to worry about defending their own just yet, because there's only a scout up right now, and I think he's actually trying to defend his intel. Darn has actually switched off of soldier onto spy, so we're going to see what he tries to do with this. I think he may just be trying to skip behind the enemy. I don't know. I thought maybe he was just trying to get behind the enemy lines and get over towards their intel, but I think maybe he's just like, not sure what exactly that was about. So looking like Infused probably had this game in the bag if those timers are right, but I could be completely confused on the timers too, because there was actually like a restart of the game, and so it could just be that the timer is wrong on my screen, but it's right on theirs. We could even try reloading it and seeing if that works. No, it sure doesn't. So there we go. It was a stalemate? I have no idea what that means. Apparently that was the round, and so they're probably going to change sides, but that was a round win, I think, for Infused. They're saying, yeah, we win, right? Apparently the stalemate happened to them too, but they totally had more points, so that was GR. They're going to say go again. So this will be, I guess, round 2 coming right up. So here we are with round 2 of Infused against Team Dignitas. I was right, there are 2 rounds, so we are going to watch Infused run out here in the blue once again against Dignitas in the red. And Infused won that round 1-0. I'm not sure how the scoring actually works, though, so we're going to have to see whether it's just like whoever wins like with each round is only worth 1 point, or whether each cap is worth a point. Lots and lots of damage going down, and each of these players is just, it's like playing in one of those bullet hell shmup games where you have to constantly dodge everything that's popping out at you all at once, and both teams just showing that they are super skilled at doing that. Finally, Infused lost 3 players, though, and it's Dignitas' time to push in here and try to capture the intel. So here they go. They are going to attempt to get in here. Soldier pushing in right away, and they're pocketing a soldier, actually, which is kind of strange for a European league, but it could be their demo man actually went down at that fight, and they're just trying to get some aggression going in as fast as possible. Now, I like this sticky trap location. Look at that. As soon as somebody tries to push in here and get really aggressive, they are going to die. So I was kind of hoping to see that, but it looks like Dignitas actually making the wise choice and pushing back out here. They know that Infused has everybody on defense right now. So they're going to push out and wait for Infused to kind of make a mistake at this point. Haza actually using the original, so not using the normal rocket launcher, using that Quake rocket launcher instead that we all know and love. If you don't have one of those, of course, the crafting recipe is out there, just like about everything else, so check it out. It makes rocket jumping, I think, a little harder, in my opinion, but it does make it easier to get around those left-handed corners. So here we go. They are pushing around this side. They forced the Uber, actually. Both teams have Ubered, and that they're just, like, standing there. I was going to say, normally when teams Uber like that, it's because they want to push into each other and deal some damage, and they were just like, nah, let's not do that. So that was pretty weird. But nonetheless, we do have kind of the same situation here in this European football match, as they call it over in Europe. It is not called soccer there, so it's called football. But they know what I'm talking about anyway. And so now Infused has once again lost both of their scouts. Dignitas has lost their medic, and Dignitas is kind of taking this as a desperation play. They need to get in there and cap that intel, or else they are really going to lose like significant Uber advantage, and Infused is going to be able to push out and take the middle area. They're trying to deal some damage to the medic here, Flushy. They do deal some damage to the medic. Good flank there. Good attempt on killing the medic. He does, in fact, stay alive just for now, and he's still got enough health that he shouldn't die to this. Getting down kind of close to, if that rocket had landed or if one of those had... well, that's interesting. They actually put those there too, so you can actually hop up. I like that. I like that you can actually hop up to the side, so it's not like attackers only. Anyway, yeah, it looks like Infused is going to use their Uber advantage now to push out to the mid, and that's exactly what Dignitas did not want to happen, so they kind of made a desperation play there for the intel, see if they could kill the medic or something. Just didn't work out, so they are now playing defense on their intel. And here we go, Mafu going to be hanging out, trying to set some sticky traps here at the doors, but the problem is there is an Uber Demo Man. Sticky traps don't really do a lot to invincible players. That is your lesson of the day. So, Invincible Infused team coming in here, getting 3 kills so far, not taking any damage from the enemy team right up until Greg finally took a hit. And so now Greg going to carry the intel all the way back to base, while Infused, really they just want to try and hold on to the actual intel room. They can't right now, but if they could just kind of sit in there and camp it, they could get as many caps as they wanted to. Dignitas knows that. They have pushed Infused back out to the middle area, to this little hallway here, the big hallway. We're just going to call it the big hallway. They probably have their own names for it because they have their names for everything, but I do not know the competitive names for these. So actually Infused is all the way back at their own base. They have captured the intel once, and they're just going to go on defense now. Dignitas has the Uber advantage, and that's exactly why. I think they Infused may have had to pop there, and so since Dignitas has the Uber advantage, they are now pushing in. And they will probably... Oh no, it looks like the Uber was just barely in time there for Infused. So Dignitas waited just a little bit too long, and now Dignitas has lost Rebel and Himsy. Both their scouts have gone down to a lot of real fast damage from the Infused team. There goes the medic too, and Darn is down. Finally Mike dies there, but Haza, that's the only guy he's going to manage to kill before he goes down. So now Infused has a big Uber advantage, and once again they're going to be able to push out to the middle area and capture it and hold on to it. Of course there's no actual capture point, but holding on to this middle area is everything. It lets you be aggressive, it lets you get those reinforcements closer and closer to the intelligence, so you can grab it, bring it back to your base, and get that cap. And look at this, taking advantage of the fact the enemy was down, wasn't quite in position yet. They've capped the intel once again. They brought it back, and once it's out of here, I mean, that's it. It's capped. You can just count that as a point in the bag. So Darn doing a good job here of dealing a lot of damage and leading his team kind of to push out a little bit. The medic very, very hurt for Infused right now, but surfing on Darn's rocket to get all the way back. I think that was on Darn's rocket anyway. That was Mike surfing back up to the upper area there to get back into his own base. And now Infused, once again, their medic is in the danger zone. Fleshy there is taking a heck of a lot of damage, so they got to be really careful about when this push comes in. They got to defend their medic very, very well. He's at 80 health right now, and so it's not going to take a lot of damage to knock him down to death, or at least to make him pop that Uber. Of course, they don't want to pop their Uber first. Dignitas has their Uber ready to go. They did pop first, kind of force a pop out here, and Dignitas not even going to wait for it. They're not going to fall back or anything. They're just going to push right in with their Uber, and Infused making the wise choice here, backing out just a little bit. Now look at this Mike actually hanging out here up at the top. He does get spotted though, so he's probably not going to be able to do a lot of damage. And the scout here, which scout is this? This is Rebel. He is going to grab the intel and bring it all the way back to his base. So it's going to make it 2-1 in this round for Infused. Now, Kuhn doing a really good job here, or Kuhn, I'm not sure how to say it, but doing a really good job here, and did actually kill Rebel, so he's delayed the capture anyway, and he's going to stay on this Demo Man too. Demo versus, oh my gosh, Demo versus entire team. Entire team tends to win those battles. So Infused actually stopping that cap. I was saying you could put it in the bag, but apparently this is a very, very constrictive, very tight bag that it's just tough to fit things into. So you can't put it in the bag quite yet. I think they're finally going to get this intel captured. But does Infused hold on to the intel room? That's the question right now, and they actually could have made a play there. I think they've grabbed the intel, so it's actually probably going to be 3-1. Epsilon, I'm sorry, not Epsilon, Dignitas has managed to capture the intel, but they've given up a capture of their own to some very good scout work from Infused, so it is 3-1 right now in this round. Infused against Dignitas. And how much time is left? Only 3 minutes, so Dignitas is going to have to get some very, very fast captures. Problem is, Infused has been watching for those right now. They've been doing a very, very good job. Numlock, though, is down. Demo Man down is not a good thing to happen. Both demos down, though. Mafu, I think, playing the demo as well. And there goes Jackal. This may actually be another capture very, very easily for Team Infused. Looks like it took just a little bit of damage there from the scout Rebel, but Rebel is down as well. CTF Turbine Pro, I don't know if these teams are like really familiar with the map, but they're playing it like they're familiar with it. I mean, they're just doing an excellent job of knowing their hold points. It's either the mid or basically the intel room with a little bit of flank watching by your scouts and your roaming soldier. So, loving to see that play, but it looks like Infused has won this game, and they will be advancing on to the finals, where they will play against whoever wins that finals game, and I'm going to cast that coming up next. So, of course, watch that, and then watch the finals as well. It's going to be super, super intense, awesome fighting over the 2,500 pound prize. Now, these, of course, have already been cast on Vanilla TF2 by Martin, so check out Vanilla TV if you want to see, of course, live casts of the European scene. Martin knows, like, everything about the live casting European scene, and he has it, like, on lockdown. But wanted to cast these and get them out on the YouTube channel anyway, because I want to get a lot of European exposure here on the YouTube channel so that we can see kind of how it's done over there, and we can get some YouTube subscribers too. You know, I mean, hey, why not? If you are from Europe and you are hitting that subscribe button, I love you right now. So, of course, I love the European scene as well. Just love casting these guys because it is just amazing to watch how coordinated and how well they play these maps. I mean, yes, the North American scene is awesome. I've been casting a lot of open games recently, and you can hardly even compare ESEA Open to like ETF2L Premier Division. Right now it's actually 2-4, and I think the intel is, no, it's right back here. So Dignitas was trying to push and make it even. I don't think they're going to get that chance, though. There goes Mafu, and so finally Infused, with only a minute 22 seconds left, should be able to win this game. Anything can happen. I don't want to call it early, because every time I call it early, people seem to keep surprising the crap out of me. Like, of course, that Highlander game that I cast, but also there was the one of the other games I cast recently from ESEA Open was extremely close like that as well. So go check out the Fruit Vendors versus Seriously Bro game that I'm going to upload later. Yeah, but we've got Infused here capping the intel once again. So with under 60 seconds left to go, it's 5-2. There they go, getting to that 5 points. Apparently won them the round. So that is going to be it for the game, guys. Check out Vanilla TV, of course, for all the European scene. But I love casting these guys. This is just like the world's highest level of TF2 play, in my opinion. So thanks for watching. This has been Salamancers signing out.